Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Adams. This is the Tell the Truth podcast. Before I start my video, if you could, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel. It really helps the channel grow if you just please hit the like button. Doesn't cost anything. Thank you all, and you guys have been great doing that. Also, hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see when everything's uploaded live. My video today, before I wanted to start on the actual subject, what I wanted to say was if you guys have any topics or anything you'd like me to talk about, just let me know in the comment section. I try to check the comments as much as I can. I work a full-time job, have a lot more free time on the weekends, but I try to get back to everybody who comments. I just want y'all to know how much I respect everything you're doing. Love you guys. And also, I'm from Richmond, Kentucky, or I live in Richmond, Kentucky. When you comment, let me know where you're from. I'm sure most of y'all are from Kentucky watching this. Let me know where you're from. Just put the name of your town up there, where you're from, where you live. If you live in the Richmond area, feel free to add me on Facebook, Chris Adams. I think the profile pictures of me and my wife. I may be wearing a tie or something. I don't know, but we got us and the girls on the cover photo, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just add me. If you're in the Richmond area, we can hang out. I have a daughter who is a bartender. I'm not going to say what bar right now until I get to know you a little better, but we hang out there a lot and we have a good time. But it really means a lot to me. Just, yeah, let me know where you're from. Okay, a subject that came up, and just like all subjects, I respect anybody's opinion. Somebody said to me, just brought it up, well, Calipari, the year COVID, whatever we went, was, that disaster year for all sports. And brought up Pitino's 14-14 season, his first year. Now, guys, I don't make excuses. That's one thing you guys are going to, no matter how long you follow the channel, I am not the guy that's going to say, well, Mark Pope's got injuries tonight. So-and-so's got injuries tonight. Well, the referees cost us. That's just not me. That's never been me. That never will be me. I do not do excuses. So if you want to count Rick Pitino's 14-14 year and Calipari's COVID year, whatever he went, I think 9-16 or something like that, by all means, go ahead. But I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on it. Do I count it against them? No. Pitino's 14-14 year, we were on probation. A lot of you, I'm 44 years old. A lot of you might know the history through books of Kentucky basketball. Pitino took over that team. We were on probation. That 14-14 squad they all hard. It was Farmer, Feldhouse, Pelfrey, Woods. That was their sophomore year. Jamal Mashburn had not gotten here yet. Our best player was Reggie Hansen. That team played their heart out, and even that team that went 14-14 went undefeated at Rupp Arena. I don't know if you guys realize that or not. That 14-14 team that had nowhere near the talent of what we're dealing with today, no $1 million players or anything like that, went undefeated at Rupp Arena. So I'm trying to keep this video kind of short. So no, long story short, I could go into depths about that team. I love that bunch. That's my favorite Kentucky team of all time is 92, the Lakener shot team. So I don't count that against Pitino. The COVID year, if you're a Calipari hater, I'm not saying any of y'all are, okay? If you're a Calipari hater, here's what they like to do. They like to count the COVID year against him, but they don't want to count the year that was canceled before that COVID actually canceled the season. It played into 2 college basketball seasons, if you remember. Well, the season when COVID actually hit, where we had no national championship, we were the best team in the country. But Calipari haters don't want to admit that part. They don't even want to talk about that team. I mean, Richards was Nick Richards was the best big man in the country at that time. We had 3-point guards. That team was loaded and rolling, absolutely rolling. It killed me. And I'm never going to say, well, that team would have won a national championship. There was nobody better. But people don't want to, Calipari haters, people with an open mind will. And that's what I want our channel to be about. People with an open mind to everybody. Not just haters and not just playing favoritism, but people, Calipari haters, that just hate, that are going to talk shit about Calipari no matter what. They're not going to talk about that year where we could have possibly won the national championship, best team in the country. When COVID hit, we were rolling. But they want to talk about the next year. They want to bring up the next year where it was the worst season of his career. Here's what I say. Calipari, and I apologize, I'm usually on point when it comes to stats. Because I don't like to speculate or anything else, but one thing, I will get the correct stats for you. But let's just say this. Calipari, like 35 seasons of coaching, somewhere in there, 35, 40. I'm going to say he's had 2 or 3 where he's finished under 500. So, yeah, I'm going to chalk that up to it was because of COVID. Now, if the man had coached 35 seasons and 15 of them had been under 500, it's going to be a little more dicey. And that brings me to my point now. So, people were basically saying, do you hold this again? What grade do you give this for Pope? Do you hold this season against him? And keep in mind, we're only 10 games into the season. But it's been a train wreck so far. And here's what I say. Anybody that wants I was asked, so I'm giving you my opinion. And I certainly respect anybody else's. If this is John Calipari, if this is Rick Pitino, Jimmy Johnson, who coached the 90s Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, his first year, he went 1-15. He went 1 win, 15 losses in 1989 with the Dallas Cowboys. 3 years later, they got a dynasty. But if this is Hall of Fame coaches Rick Pitino, John Calipari, who have both had terrible seasons, and I can go on, but I'm just trying to keep this video short. I can go on and on. Mike Krzyzewski dropped out the COVID year. In 2021, Duke went, I think, 13-11, and they just dropped out of the season, just ended competition. They were so horrible. Now, anybody who believes that Mike Krzyzewski would have pulled them out if they had lost 2 games and ranked number 1 in the country, you're sorely mistaken. He would have continued. But they were so bad that he just ended that. But here's the thing. Mike Krzyzewski, John Calipari, Rick Pitino, Jimmy Johnson, these are Hall of Fame coaches who have championships. And I don't mean this, I'm just wanting you guys to understand. I'm not saying this in a cocky way at all. Please don't take it that way. Please don't take it that way. I'm just giving you my opinion, and I want to hear yours, okay? I respect everybody's opinion. Respect that. I respect all people. But these are Hall of Fame coaches who have championships. Hall of Fame coaches who have championships, and you can see it coming. Now, and I'll explain this to a couple people, okay? Today. And I'm just giving my opinion. Mark Pope, who is now 29-16 as the head coach of the University of Kentucky. That is the worst start of my lifetime of any coach in Kentucky basketball history. That's the worst start of my lifetime if you don't count Rick Pitino's start 14-14. If you want to chalk up the probation years, let me rephrase. Mark Pope's 29-16 start is the worst start for any Kentucky coach who is coaching non-probation, other than the probation years that Pitino inherited. That is the worst start in my 44 years of existence. And this is with a $22 million roster. A $22 million, the best players money can buy, that Mark Pope handpicked. He chose who he wanted. He got to choose who he wanted. And we have 6 scheduled wins against Cupcakes, and we are 0-4 against any team with a pulse. 0-4 versus any team with a pulse. So, here's what I'm saying to you. Mark Pope, who has one season of 25 wins. He's only won 25 games in a season once, and it was exactly 25. Mark Pope has never won more than 25 games in a season. Does everybody understand that? What's 25 win season at Kentucky? Nothing. We bitch about 25 win seasons. 25 seasons used to get you fired. 25 wins in a season used to get you out the door for Kentucky basketball. So the man only had, when we hired him, one season of 25 wins, a 68% winning percentage, which is terrible. Terrible for any. John Calipari winning percentage while at UK, 760. 760 winning percentage at Kentucky for John Calipari. Mark Pope is coming in at about 65 right now. 29-16, never won more than 25 games in a season. Here's the other thing, and I'm going to end the video. I'm trying to keep it short. Here's what I always say about coaches, guys. You can always tell what kind of coach you have. How was the team before he got there? How is his team when he left? And how's the team currently? To simplify that for you all, there was a coaching merry-go-round. There was a coaching musical chairs 2 years ago in the offseason. Mark Pope came to Kentucky, John Calipari went to Arkansas, and Kevin Young went to BYU. Now here's what's happened. At the time, Arkansas next to last in the SEC under 500. John Calipari, Hall of Fame coach John Calipari, takes over, and surprise, surprise, they're ranked in the top 25. They go to the Sweet 16. He beats Bill Self. I'm not even counting the exhibition. Remember when they beat Bill Self in exhibition? I'm not counting Purdue win for Kentucky this year, so that's only fair. But last year, John Calipari beats Bill Self, Rick Pitino, at Mark Pope, at Rupp, among a lot of more other big-time wins. But those three, Rick Pitino, Mark Pope, Bill Self, season 1 at Arkansas. Season 1. Right now ranked 17th in the country. So clearly Arkansas has gotten progressively, noticeably better. All right, Mark Pope leaves BYU. Mark Pope never won an NCAA tournament game at BYU, took them to the tournament twice. He was upset also. The same year that everybody complains about Calipari, Mark Pope was upset also. BYU, from the moment Mark Pope walks out the door, is so much better. Kevin Young's building a powerhouse over there. They're ranked in the top 10 right now. Now, BYU, Sweet 16 last year. BYU, who everybody thinks is not like a proven school, BYU had 31 NCAA tournament wins. Check me. 31 NCAA tournament wins for BYU before Mark Pope ever got there, and he's not responsible for any of them. 31 NCAA tournament wins. Mark Pope never got any of those for BYU. The moment Mark Pope leaves, Kevin Young comes in. That's his name, Kevin Young, right? From the Bulls, I think. Everybody check me. I think it's Kevin Young. I love that guy, but really impressive coach. I'd love to have him at UK. But anyway, he takes them to the Sweet 16. 2 wins, year 1. They're ranked in the top 10 right now. Now let's go to Kentucky. The bad first. Yes, we were upset by Oakland. Yes, we were. The last 4 years have been frustrating. I do not count the COVID year. The last 4 years, frustrating. Frustrating for me, frustrating for all of us. I get it. Mark Pope goes there. We were a 3 seed the year before. What does Mark Pope do? Well, we were a 3 seed again. We lost 11 games. Calipari's final year. We lost 12 games Pope's first year. So at the very least, I'm not going to nitpick on one game, but I'm going to say we didn't get any better. It was about the same. People might say, well, we went to the Sweet 16. Okay, whatever you think. But Kentucky basketball's goal is not to go to the Sweet 16. We've lost 10 games by double digits already. Let's fast forward to this year. It's a complete train wreck. I mean, anybody that's comparing the John Calipari now to the Mark Pope now, you're crazy. Like, that's over. That debate has ended. It's over, okay? It has. Here's my main argument. Right now, with the way Mark Pope's doing, if we had John Calipari here, if we had Rick Pitino here, there's at least a resume and things to go off of from the past that you might say he's going to get this corrected. This team's going to get better, and they're going to be in contention. Calipari been to 6 Final Four, guys. Rick Pitino, John Calipari, they've both taken 3 schools to the Final Four. They've won everywhere they've been. Here's real easy. John Calipari has won every single place he's been at. UMass, Memphis, he took the New Jersey Nets to the playoffs, Kentucky, and now Arkansas. Every single place John Calipari has been an absolute success. It's been a success. Mark Pope's not won at any place. Let that sink in. And I'm not trying to Mark Pope seems like a great guy or whatever, but I'm going to end the video because it's now 17 minutes long, but that's the best way I can explain it, guys. That's my opinion. If I was raising my voice too much and it pissed anybody off, that's certainly not my intent. Please don't take it like that. I promise I'm a good guy. I'm just, I guess that got into debate for him. If you all don't agree with me, I certainly respect your opinion. Give me your opinion. And don't forget, guys, let me know where you're from and all that. Add me on Facebook. I have these discussions daily. That's all I do is think about sports, guys. Sports and my family and work. That's about it. You can ask anybody who knows me. You won't find a whole lot of Donald Trump. I voted for Trump. I love Trump, but I'm not going to sit and argue politics. I don't get into arguments where we're ready to kill each other, like some people do out in the world. We'll talk about sports. We can disagree about sports. We can agree to disagree, and we can love each other at the end of the day. I love you guys. Have a great Thursday night. God bless. Please hit the like button. Subscribe, and let's make this channel grow. Tell other people about this channel. This will be our event channel. We're going to do game day live. We're going to go start going live on game days. This will be a place to celebrate, a place to vent, and I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart, guys. I hope Mark Pope turns it around. If he proves me wrong, you can ask anybody who knows me. I'll be the first to say so and give him credit. Thank you all. Love you guys. God bless.